What if I told you that just remembering someone's name could actually change your spiritual life? Well, today we're diving into the story of Kaliya Krishna Dasa Thakur, a truly revered figure in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. We're going to find out exactly why his memory is said to hold such incredible transformative power. Okay, let's just start with this incredible promise right here. This comes from the sacred text, the Chaitanya Bhagavata. And this isn't just some nice praise, it's stated like a spiritual guarantee. Right away, it makes you wonder, who was this person that his memory is that potent? So yeah, that's the big question for today, isn't it? Who exactly was Kaliya Krishna Dasa? And what was it about him that makes just thinking of him so powerful? Let's get into it and unpack his story together. To really get a handle on who he was, we've got to start with his defining feature, his absolute, unshakable devotion. And look, this wasn't just a part of his identity. It was the very essence of his being, all centered on his love for Lord Nityananda. A really important text, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, actually calls him a principal devotee of Lord Nityananda. Now think about what that means. This wasn't a minor role. He was in the inner circle, a leading figure, someone known for his incredibly deep spiritual connection. And this quote, wow, it just captures the depth of that connection so perfectly. It paints this picture of complete, single-minded focus. His entire consciousness, everything he was centered on his service and love for Lord Nityananda. It wasn't a part of his life, it really was his life. But hold on, because the story goes even deeper. To really grasp his significance, we need to look beyond just this one lifetime and go back, way back, to his eternal spiritual identity. Okay, now this is absolutely fascinating. This slide shows the idea of dual identities across different divine pastimes, or leelas. So, in the era of Lord Chaitanya, he was known as Kaliya Krishna Das. But in Lord Krishna's original pastimes back in Vrindavana, he was a cowherd boy named Labahanga. Same soul, different role. So who was this Labahanga? Well, he was one of Lord Krishna's dearest cowherd friends, and not just any friend. He was one of the 12 principal gopals, the main cowherds, which means he was part of Krishna's most intimate group of friends. And this isn't just folklore. This identity is confirmed in the Garaganodesha Dipika, a key text that basically maps out who's who in these divine roles. All right, so now that we have this amazing divine backstory in our heads, let's bring it all back down to earth and talk about his life here. His time on this planet was deeply, deeply tied to specific sacred places, places you could actually go visit today. We're told he was born in a village called Akai Hatta in West Bengal, right on an old road that connected two major holy sites. And then, in this beautiful poetic way, he left his body in Vrindavana, the very same land of Krishna's pastimes, where he had once been that cowherd boy, Labanga. So, what is his lasting legacy? And is there anything else we need to know to really appreciate his unique story? Yes, actually, there is. And it's a really important point we need to clear up. First off, his connection to Bengal is a living one. It's said that his descendants are still living in the holy places of that region today, carrying on his lineage in a very real, tangible way. And here is that super important clarification. You may have heard of another devotee with a very similar name who went with Lord Chaitanya on his tour of South India. The texts are crystal clear. That is not the same person. The Kaliya Krishna Dasa we are talking about is the one devoted to Lord Nityananda, a totally distinct and unique individual. And so that brings us right back to where we started, to that powerful statement. And now it just makes so much more sense, doesn't it? Remembering him is so powerful because you're connecting with a soul who is the very definition of pure, single-pointed devotion, both here in this world and as an intimate friend in the spiritual world. And that really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In our world, with all its noise and a million distractions, what can we possibly learn from a life of such intense, singular focus? The story of Kaliya Krishna Dasa suggests that inside that kind of focus, there's an extraordinary power just waiting to be unlocked.